These is the 10 best cities to visit in Europe. Attracting over half of the world's tourists each and every year, Europe is home to some of the most important, impressive and influential cities on Earth. Lying between the Atlantic Ocean, the Mediterranean Sea, and the vast Asian landmass, its relatively small size belies its staggering diversity. Renowned around the world for their age-old historic sites and fabulous art and architecture, Europe's cities really are a delight to visit. With lots of excellent bars, restaurants, shops, and museums wherever you go, its many stunning sights are perfectly complemented by thriving culinary and nightlife scenes. As its 44 different countries are all home to a myriad of peoples, languages, and cultures, Europe's cosmopolitan cities all have their own unique flavor and identity. With so much for you to see and do, the only question is where to begin. Number 1. Paris. The City of Light draws millions of visitors every year with its unforgettable ambience. Of course, the vast art collections deserve some of the credit as well. The gentle River Seine rambles through the city, flanked by stately museums, centuries-old churches, and blocks of Rococo and neoclassic design architecture, further enhanced by cascading trees and glowing street lamps. Peppering the Seine's cobbled walks and graceful bridges are impossibly chic Parisians, probably on their way to the market, cafe or cinema. Containing world-class museums, fashion, cuisine and an atmosphere all its own, Paris is also a city of many splendors, as Ernest Hemingway recalled in his memoir, A Movable Feast. Visit the beloved Musée d'Orsay, shop the biggest designers on the Champs-Élysées or hit the boutiques in Le Marais, take in the view atop the Eiffel Tower, or even plan a day trip to Versailles Palace. But don't miss out on the simple pleasure of meandering the marvelous arrondissements, districts, or snacking on street crepes either. Number 2. London. The English writer Samuel Johnson famously said, "You find no man, at all intellectual, who is willing to leave London." No, sir, when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life, for there is in London all that life can afford. More than 2 centuries have passed since Johnson's era, but his words still ring true. Life in London is nothing short of invigorating, and travelers find that one visit isn't enough to experience everything this 2 millennia-old city has to offer. Here, the antiquated clasps hands with the contemporary. You'll find the historic Tower of London and the avant-garde Tate Modern. You can catch both the Bard's works and modern plays at Shakespeare's Globe and its accompanying Sam Wanamaker Playhouse. And while Londoners still praise the power of tea, they now make room for Starbucks and Costa coffees here and there, and pressed juice too. A current leader in everything from politics and banking to fashion and music, London's culture compass is always attuned to what's next. Discover it all on one of London's best tours. Number 3. Prague. Straddling the banks of the Vistula River, Prague, with its magnificent old town, is a mesmerizing place to wander around. Although now often crowded with tourists, exploring its ancient cobbled streets is a must, with Charles Bridge being one of its main highlights. Other than this, its main sights are the majestic castle and cathedral that are perched dramatically atop a hill overlooking the city. with some interesting statues and art installations scattered around town, and lots of hearty local cuisine and Czech beers for you to sample. Prague is certainly worth visiting. Number 4. Rome. Rome, the city of 7 hills, enjoyed a mythic beginning. Romulus and Remus, twin brothers who were nursed by a she-wolf and fathered by a war god, reportedly founded the Eternal City. And although historians are a little skeptical about this epic entry into the world, most travelers are absolutely certain that there is something magical about Rome. Whether it's the mystery of nearby Vatican City or the ghosts of the Colosseum, an afternoon cafe on Piazza Navona or a piled high plate of pasta at a trattoria, Rome is sure to enchant. Italy's capital city, Rome is also known for a history that dates back to the eras of Octavian, Julius Caesar, and Hadrian, among others. Left behind are structures like the Pantheon, the Roman Forum and dozens of churches, among other historic gems. Art enthusiasts will relish the trove of art housed at the Vatican museums, and foodies will enjoy the splendid Italian fare, not to mention the gelato. And though its momentous past is the focus for many vacationers, Rome is also a fast-paced, modern and relevant city, with gleaming designer storefronts, sleek hotels and cutting-edge restaurants. Number 5. Dublin. Home to almost half of Ireland's population, Dublin is noted for its magnificent history and heritage, as well as its fun and festive nightlife. Lying on the banks of the River Liffey, the vibrant capital has long attracted people to its shores and now boasts a very multicultural population. Dotted around the city, you can find lots of interesting things to see, with Trinity College and Dublin Castle counting among its most popular attractions. As it is famed for its nightlife and drinking culture, many people also stop by the Irish Whiskey Museum and the Guinness Storehouse. Going out at night in Temple Bar is a must. In any one of its packed pubs, Dublin's friendly locals are sure to give you a hearty welcome. Number 6. Copenhagen. Lying just across the Ocean Strait from Malmö in Sweden, Copenhagen's history, heritage, and culture are intricately linked with that of the water all around it. Over the centuries, its strategic location has seen the sleepy fishing village slowly turn into the cool, sophisticated, and happening city it is today. Its main attraction and most recognizable site, however, is still Nyhavn, its 17th-century waterfront. Lined with colorful townhouses, the canal harbors lots of historic wooden ships with lively cafes and outdoor terraces dotting its shores. From here, you can take great sightseeing cruises around the scenic canals that lie nearby. On top of all of this, the city's museums are also noted for their extensive and exquisite collection of Viking artifacts and artworks from around the world. Widely considered to be one of the best places to live in the world, Denmark's capital is just as good to visit and explore. Number 7. Barcelona. Barcelona contains both the authentically historic and the wildly bizarre. From the scenic trails of the colorful Parc Güell to the romantic narrow alleys of Barri Gòtic, From the beachside nightclubs to the city's dozens of sacred churches and architectural marvels, this city by the sea seems to attract all types: the adventurer, the couple, the partier, the culture lover, and more, with an almost overwhelming variety of things to do. You could stay for a few days, but chances are you'll need a whole week to explore. In Barcelona, even the beach is bustling, but it's really the cosmopolitan city that gets all the attention. Much of the activity revolves around Las Ramblas, a series of narrow streets and alleys packed with restaurants, nightclubs and a vibrant pedestrian market. But you should also take a tour of Antoni Gaudí's masterpieces. Gaudí is responsible for sites like Casa Milà, Casa Batlló, and La Sagrada Familia. You also shouldn't miss out on the eclectic shopping scene and the region's exquisite food and wine. You see why we suggest a week vacation? To get a lay of the land, consider signing up for one of the city's best guided tours. Barcelona is a fantastic holiday destination. It's one of the top travel destinations for a good reason. You'll love the food, the architecture and the overall atmosphere of the city. Besides, Barcelona has a seaside too, which allows you to combine a city holiday with a beach vacation. Sagrada Familia. Attractions. Barceloneta. Barcelona has more than 4.5 miles of beaches, from Sant Sebastià to Levant. La Rambla. Things to do. Picasso Museum. Museums. Barcelona Cathedral. Attractions. La Boqueria Market. Shopping. Botanical Garden. Attractions. Barcelona is quite expensive to visit but still affordable, and it is definitely possible to visit Barcelona and keep costs low. Like all cities, Barcelona has cheap options and good deals. Barcelona is not generally considered expensive in comparison to other top city destinations in Europe like London, Paris, and Rome. Number 8. Edinburgh. Set in a scenic spot overlooking the sea, Edinburgh is one of the United Kingdom's most beautiful cities. Moody and magical in equal measure, its grand Georgian buildings, Gothic churches, and, of course, Edinburgh Castle, sprawl dramatically atop of rocky hills and craggy cliffs. It is this epic landscape that makes it so fascinating to explore, with the lively Royal Mile attracting lots of visitors due to its many cafes, shops, and restaurants. Long renowned for its contributions to art, literature, philosophy, and science, it is only fitting that the best time to visit Edinburgh is during the Fringe. In August, the world's largest arts and culture festival takes over the city, with lots of amazing comedy, music, and theater shows for you to enjoy. Number 9. Amsterdam. Renowned for the scenic canals that meander their way through the heart of the city, Amsterdam certainly paints a pretty picture. Add in its many marvelous townhouses and atmospheric cobbled streets, and it is easy to see why it makes for such a popular tourist destination. On top of all its exquisite architecture, the Netherlands capital also boasts lots of fascinating museums. While the Van Gogh Museum and Rijksmuseum attract lots of visitors with their amazing artworks, just as many head to the Anne Frank Museum for the important look it offers up of the past. A very tolerant and progressive place, Amsterdam has also long been known for its pounding nightlife. One of the best times of year to visit is on King's Day, when the whole city is coated in orange and everyone takes to the streets to celebrate the monarch's birthday. Number 10. Vienna. One of the grandest and most elegant cities in Europe, Vienna's impressive imperial legacy really does make for a marvelous sight. Once the seat of the Habsburgs and the capital of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, wealth and riches poured into Vienna for centuries. This fueled the building of majestic palaces and parks, monuments, and museums. Many of them are found along the Ringstrasse, which encircles the city center. Known as the City of Music, Vienna is famed for its composers, and watching a performance in the gorgeous Vienna State Opera makes for an unforgettable experience.